So, Judith, could you maybe tell us a bit about how you think networking is affecting the way we do business today and the way people make progress in their careers?
I suppose what I would say is that it makes more of a difference than people realise. It's much more important than many people realise, both in terms of actually getting things done and also in terms of developing their careers. There's lots of research which shows that people who invest in their network, and in the end that's what it is, an investment in the future, gain. They do better in their careers, their businesses do better. There's also research which shows that top leaders, one of the characteristics, not the only characteristic, but one characteristic of top leaders is their ability to build networks. Because it's a cliche, but none of us can do it by ourselves. And even the top leaders need help, but they need to know where the help is going to come from and that they can trust the people who they're asking for help. So I suppose that would be my answer.
Do you think everybody could become a good networker?
Yes. That's the short answer. The longer answer would be yes, so long as you have the willingness to do it. Again, there's been research and it shows very clearly that there isn't one way of networking. Your way would be different from my way, and neither is better than the other. They're just different. So you have to find the way you feel comfortable. But there's no excuse.
As we can see, people have been networking quite a lot here behind us, using what you've taught them during the masterclass. If you were to sum up, what would the three things you'd like people to take away today?
Ooh.
What would that be?
That's an interesting one. One, I think that networking is not an optional extra. It's something you have to have if you're going to be reasonably successful. So you can't put it off and say, I'll do it tomorrow when you've got spare time. You have to make the time. The second thing I think I would say is that it's fun. You meet some you meet some strange people, but you also meet some really interesting people. And once you relax and understand that it's about talking to people, it's simply about lots of different relationships. Some very close, some less close, some not at all close. And you need that variety. Then it becomes something pleasurable. And you ask for a third thing. I think it's linked to that, which is don't think about what you can get, think about what you can give other people. That makes it much more comfortable.
Well, thank you for that. I think that's definitely one of the things that people have have taken with them from today's lesson. Now, just a final question, perhaps. You as a networker, from your experience, what's the best thing that's happened to you, or the best thing that you've done to someone else, perhaps?
I was thinking about this because you asked me earlier. And often, of course, it's something that happened very recently because that's very fresh in your mind. And I was recently doing some work with an organisation that's trying to help graduates but who come from underprivileged backgrounds and are finding it very hard to find jobs in London. And how was I asked to do that? It was the woman who runs it came to one of my workshops somewhere else, and she said, "You told me that networking was about giving, not getting, and that changed my life." And to hear someone say that something I've done changed their life, that is fantastic. That really is very, very, very rewarding. So I think that would be, I can tell you lots of stories about who did this and how this happened and how people got introduced and got new jobs and career advancement and stuff. But that simple statement was very moving for me. And I keep thinking about it, so it must be important to me.
Wonderful. Well, we'll keep that in mind and try all to be better networkers for ourselves and for our entire network in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.